Most terrestrial predators rely on a standard toolkit to survive. They need legs to run down prey and claws or paws to grab a meal. Snakes break all of those physical rules. They lack the basic hardware associated with successful hunters, yet they thrive across the globe, making up roughly 1/3 of all reptile species on Earth. To make this limbless chassis work, their anatomy is re-engineered. Organs are pulled into a long tube. The liver becomes narrow, and the stomach stretches out. Without legs, structural integrity relies on a highly flexible spine, attached to hundreds of curved ribs. This total internal reconfiguration means the snake's anatomy is a specialized departure from traditional predator designs, prioritizing a streamlined form for a unique set of survival strategies. Traveling without legs requires a dedicated locomotion engine. Most snakes move by throwing their bodies into S-shaped curves. Their specialized belly scales grip the ground, allowing them to push their entire weight forward with surprising speed. On soft sand, standard motion causes sinking, so sidewinders adapt by coiling their body and pushing sideways. When climbing trees, they use an entirely different technique. They grip the surface with their front end, pull their tail forward, and push ahead, like an inchworm. Dropping limbs from their anatomy removed the bulk that slows other animals down. This leaves them with a streamlined form capable of traversing environments that would stop a legged predator in its tracks. Navigating these environments requires distinct sensory tools, especially since snakes lack external ears and often have limited eyesight. To track down food, they rely on feeling slight vibrations in the ground and literally tasting the air around them. When a snake flicks its tongue, it gathers scent particles from its surroundings. It pulls those particles back into two small pits in the roof of its mouth, the Jacobson's organ. This chemical radar identifies if a meal is nearby. Some species push this even further. Rattlesnakes have specialized pits located between their eyes and nostrils that recognize changes in air temperature. This thermal imaging allows them to pinpoint the body heat of nearby prey in total darkness. By replacing standard vision and hearing with chemical and thermal tracking, the snake operates effectively under almost any conditions, waiting completely hidden until its target crosses its path. Securing a meal is only the first step. Because they cannot pin down an animal with claws, snakes use entirely different methods to stop a struggle. Some inject a potent venom, while others coil their powerful bodies around the catch to suffocate it. But the real mechanical challenge is consumption. A snake cannot chew, meaning it routinely has to swallow prey that is significantly wider than its own head. They accomplish this through a specialized skull structure. The bones in a snake's jaw are loosely joined, and the lower jaw is connected by an elastic strap. This allows the mouth to stretch incredibly wide, forcing the meal down its throat. Once swallowed, the biology goes to work. Highly concentrated internal digestive acids and the venom itself slowly break down the intact prey over the course of several days. This extreme digestive capacity is a massive energy saver. Instead of burning calories hunting every single day, a snake can take down one massive target and survive on that single meal for weeks. Their energy levels are completely dictated by their environment. Snakes are reptiles, meaning they rely on the sun to warm their bodies up enough to hunt. In hot regions, snakes can hunt year-round, allowing some to grow to massive lengths. But in colder climates, they have to deploy extreme behavioral tactics to survive the freezing winters. In the late fall, hundreds or even thousands of snakes will gather in deep rock cracks and burrows. They coil up tightly together, slowing their heart rates and stopping digestion entirely in a state of mass hibernation. Many species living in these cold regions also skip laying eggs on the freezing ground. Instead, the mothers retain the babies inside their bodies, acting as living incubators and giving birth to live young. Mammals have to constantly eat just to generate body heat. By avoiding that biological tax, snakes require far fewer resources, allowing them to populate environments that would quickly starve a warm-blooded predator. Unlike mammals that require constant parental care to survive infancy, snakes arrive fully operational. The moment they use their egg tooth to slice open the shell, these babies are independent, venomous, exact miniature replicas of the adults. To accommodate their increasing size, these simply grow a new layer of skin underneath the old one. They rub their head against rocks or bark until the outer layer loosens, eventually wriggling out and leaving the old material turned inside out. These adaptations represent a specific evolutionary trade-off. By shedding limbs and narrowing their profile, snakes have achieved a degree of specialization that allows them to thrive in environments where most legged predators cannot survive.